Good evening, everybody. If you are joining us from another time zone, then good morning or good afternoon. Special thank you to those that have your camera on. It makes me happy. No pressure for anybody else. Hi, Roberto. The end of this year is coming. So sometimes people take this as reflection. And there are other calendars, right? We have the lunar calendar, the Buddhist year, the Persian New Year, the Jewish New Year, the Islamic. So this is just one way of marking time. And in the Northern Hemisphere, it's the darkest time as far as the sun and so on. So it's time for reflection. We're going to sit in meditation. And those of you that have heard me speak, I talk about the bridge between your everyday life and then sitting in silence, and how sometimes it can be difficult to make that transition. And when I practiced in the monastery, we chanted for half an hour before we went into silence. And sometimes if I was grumpy or whatever, sometimes the grumpiness would kind of disappear in the chanting. And in India, some people would do hatha yoga before going into silence, or they would chant. And researchers now are finding that chanting in a lot of traditions has the same rhythm in your breath that the parasympathetic nervous system needs. So just as a mini bridge, I'm going to invite you, if you are physically able, to roll up your shoulders 3 times one way as you breathe gently. And then switch directions when it feels comfortable. My second grade teacher used to say, hagan estrellitas, make little stars. And then I make the little stars into, get rid of anything you don't need right now. Just anything that from the day, just let it go, invite it to leave. Sorry, my throat is a bit dry. And I'll just do the Namo Tassa chant. If you know it, join. If you don't know it, no worries. It's just pay respects to the Buddha. Okay. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Buddham Dhammam Sangham Namassami. The gift of community. Right now we have enough time, enough health, enough shelter to be here cultivating our minds. Let's just be receptive. We're not here to relax. We're not here to demand anything. If you get relaxed, fine. But in a goal-oriented capitalist society, you always have to get something. And for this one, just showing up in humility. Let's start by just perceiving the sounds, the physical experience of hearing what you're hearing where you are. What is your perception of what the ear is sensing, without judging, without analyzing? Just listen for a bit. If you are breathing, you are alive. So inviting attention of the quality of your breath. Classic tradition, anapanasati. Just for a while, notice the in breath and the out breath, and the time and the space between the in breath and the out breath. Many times the habitual pattern of the mind is to have a lot of thoughts, and that not wanting to have thoughts is the problem, not the thoughts. If you gently invite them to go away, fine. If you have a meditation object that is strong enough to suppress the thoughts, fine. What is the present moment? If we just show up and become a receptor, become a movie screen, and it doesn't matter what movie gets projected, the screen is just pure, it's just white. It used to be a silver screen. Just allow your mind to be a moving screen. If something comes, fine. If you want to concentrate the mind, then go to your object. But let's work on the attitude of Buddho, as they say in Thailand, the Buddha knowing the Dhamma. This is the way things are. And remember that you being community here supports everyone in this group. So let's enjoy some silence together, cultivating the mind. During the last 5 minutes of this meditation, of this time of bhavana, bhavana is cultivation. Ask yourself, what do you need for the last 4 minutes? Is it to challenge yourself and bring energy and attention to the present moment? Is it to soften? Remember that the breath is always there. You are physically alive, and it's there to anchor the mind. If you would prefer to finish with metta, Ajahn V, one of my main teachers, used to do a name metta meditation where you just take the names of the people that you love and you wish them safety, and you wish them love, and you wish them a life free of suffering. So if you want to give that a try for the last few minutes, go ahead.